Tuesdays is known as $2 Tuesdays at WagerTalk.com and SportsMemo.com, where you can get the hottest handicappers' best bet or daily package for only $2.
All right, guys, here we go. Welcome in crunch time here, Tuesday, May the 11th, as the NBA regular season comes to a close. We have ourselves, well, a stacked card here tonight in the association, but we do have our customary 4 games in which we will go ahead and talk about. And those 4 games, they are going to include a few doozies here and maybe even a match or two that we've already seen. Some of those games are going to include the Miami Heat taking on the Boston Celtics. We've got the Phoenix Suns, Golden State Warriors. Talk to me about the Knicks and Lakers. Oh, Ski must be on the show. 76ers, Pacers also. We'll cover these 4. We'll have a couple of best bets, as we always do. We'll have an angle of the day, courtesy of John Ryan. And let us not forget our friends at the Gold Sheet. And we'll put it all together with a nice bow with 3 of the absolute best guys, handicappers at WagerTalk.com. Let us bring them in, starting with the man at the top, of course, that being Ski Profit in the house, hanging out with us here today. And, of course, we love Ski because he's probably going to be representing his Lakers thing. We also have Teddy Covers in the middle today hanging out with us. Good to see Teddy. You can leave it on the 4-shot, Robert. It's okay. Don't be scared. Also, Tony Mejia, by the way, in the house here today. Tony Mejia borrowed some computer equipment from actually Tony Finn. So not sure how this is going to work today, but we are going to figure it out. Mejia, always a pleasure to see you. Ski, crunch time, brother, man. A lot of teams, including the Lakers, trying not to hang out into that play-in series. But talk to me, my man. How you been? How'd you do last night? And what do you got going on at WagerTalk.com tonight?
Yesterday I had a good day. I went 3-1, so I'll take that any day of the week. And I just realized I forgot to plug in my camera. So sorry if I look a little bit weird today. Today, I've only made 1 play so far in the NBA, and I'm looking at a couple more. Okay, perfect. So we got a best bet up and ready to rock and roll there with Ski. And I know this guy's locked and loaded. He's been winning some games in the association, guys, as we get ready for the playoffs. The Godfather, Mr. Teddy Covers in the house. And Teddy, how you been, my man? How'd you do last night? What do you got tonight ready to rock and roll at WagerTalk and SportsMemo.com?
So last week when I was on the show, I think I was in the midst of – it was a pretty ugly slide. It was as ugly a slide as I've had since the restart. We go through them, and then, thank the Lord, they end. 80% all sports run over the last 4 days. Split out last night, but I'm not going to complain about it. But seeing things better, feeling better, and we're locked and loaded with a pair in the association and 1 in MLB. You can get them all wrapped together in a value price package at WagerTalk or SportsMemo.com tonight.
All right, I love it. All right, see, plenty of ways to make it a profitable evening here, guys, and we're looking forward to doing so, including with this guy, minus Finn's computer equipment. Mejia, what's going on, my friend? Talk to me, man. How you been since the last time we saw you? What do you got locked and loaded tonight at Wager Talk?
Well, I'm doing much better equipment-wise. Got my first-string mic and first-string camera and first-string computer all working together in synergy. I am 6-1 in these FCS playoffs, so I'm looking forward to the final this weekend. And baseball is going pretty well. I went 2-1 yesterday, 9-3 run on money line plays, and $9 Monday in the NBA came and went. I'll divulge my 4% loser there in a total. I'm now 7-2 on 4% totals, and I'm really annoyed by the way I lost yesterday's. Also was on the receiving end of that 19-1 Wizards run against the Hawks. That was looking good for a while. Jonas Valanciunas did cash his props, so it wasn't an empty night, but certainly a forgettable one. I've already got 3 plays locked and loaded, and it's going to be a busy night with all these games. So I'm going to try to mine some gems and get back on track in the association because this is a huge week. So looking forward to that.
It really is, guys. I mean, it's a loaded card here tonight. A lot of very interesting matchups. So We'll dive right into it where we usually do, guys, with our contrarian game and play of the day. And I just want to go on to say it's been a hell of a run here with the contrarian play of the day, including 13-2 here in the last 15, 48-31 for the season, guys. 48-31 for the season. It's been a hell of a season thus far for the contrarian side, which we love. And we're going to take a look at another interesting game, a game, in fact, that we saw, I believe, on Sunday. It's going to be the same matchup, going to be the same place, going to be the same two teams, and that's going to be the Miami Heat traveling to Boston, take on the Celtics. And the Miami Heat, and with good reason, getting a lot of love, both tickets and money here. But talk to us, Dog, Boston kind of needs this ski. Do you agree with the line move towards Miami getting all this love, or do you think the home dog has got some value here tonight in the Celtics?
Well, I think Jaylen Brown has been the best player on the Celtics this year, and without him, I think it's kind of it takes a lot out of the Celtics and what they offer. And I'm not a believer. I wasn't really a believer in their team with them. So without them, I just don't think that they're that good. They've covered 1 of their last 5 games. You have Miami coming back, who's covered 4 of their last 5. It's a double revenge spot for Boston, but just the way the rosters line up today, I don't see it happening. I'll be against the contrarian play today. I'll rock with Miami, who still has something to play for. They still want to avoid moving down towards the play-in tournament, and I think with the win here, they pass up the next team in front of them and can even maybe catch the 4th spot.
Yeah, we'll take a look at those standings over there, guys. Absolutely, it is getting tight there, Teddy. And by the way, Chris, make sure you clip out the fact of Ski blowing smoke towards the Miami team. I just want to get that on record. I'm sure that'll come in handy at some point. Talk to me here, Teddy, because you've been screaming for a long time this year. The Celtics are what they are. They're a mediocre team at best. Well, now they've lost one of their best weapons. What do you think here, though, in a game that they kind of need here? Do you trust the Celtics to get it done tonight?
Okay, let me make this very clear for the last week of the NBA season. Nobody needs anything, all right? The wins teams needs come next week and the week after. And everything the pundits are going to say about what the teams need and the TV talking heads are going to say about what the teams need, the teams themselves, the players themselves are much, much less worried about this week's games than they are for next week's games and beyond. So, like all this, oh, well, so-and-so wants to get seeding. And my experience has been pretty consistent in that the must-win teams and the teams that need to win and the seeding stuff, it's largely irrelevant in the NBA. It's all about the matchup on the floor. And the matchup on the floor is problematic for Boston. You know, I meant to bring cutlery upstairs because I wanted to bring a fork and take a fork and point it towards the screen and go, this is a fork. And Miami and the Boston Celtics are done, because they're done. The Celtics were done before this injury. They're done now. And you read all the quotes after the injury. Everybody on Boston was talking about the season in the past tense. The Celtics know what's coming. They're going to lose. They're going to lose in the first round of the playoffs, and their season's going to be done, and there's going to be all kinds of questions whether Danny Ainge is going to blow up the team. They know it's coming. I don't think tonight's going to be the night. I understand the bounce back and the zigzag with the two teams that are power rated equally, and Miami played the better game on Sunday, but I can only look at the Heat side in this one. Miami or pass for me.
All right, not going with it here. Not going with the home dog here. Stick a fork. I love the fact that you're pulling a page out of Merrill's prop book. The man was looking for a fork here, Mejia. The man was looking for a fork. That's the kind of influence Merrill has on this show. Talk to me, Tony Mejia. How are you going to approach this game tonight here? You like Miami in this spot, or does Boston carry some value for you?
I've got my easy button within reach if you want me to get it. Look, I love Teddy, but I totally disagree with his point that there are not must-wins this week, because I think this is one of them for Miami. They want to avoid that number 6 spot. They don't want to be in that bracket with the Bucks and the Nets when a 76ers team that they don't really respect sits at 1, and the number 4 seed in home court advantage lies within reach. Now, I think they'll be happy with 5, but this is their easiest game of the week, with the exception of the Sunday finale at Detroit. They go home again to play the 76ers tomorrow, and they're at Milwaukee on Friday. So this is a game they have to have. You've seen them tune up offensively to the point where they've got 9 straight overs going. The 130 points and the 79 they scored in the first half against the Celtics, second highest scoring performance of the season for them overall, and obviously the 79 was a masterpiece and another illustration of how ill prepared the Celtics are to play big games. So yeah, without Jaylen Brown, it's a no-touch spot for me. I think that the Heat match up nicely. No Robert Williams for Boston tonight, so you can have Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler kind of cycling through, and Trevor Ariza as well to make sure Jason Tatum doesn't get going. Evan Fournier had a decent game the other night, but I don't trust him as far as I can throw him. So Miami or pass for me.
All right, it'll be interesting. Obviously, that number 7, the play-in game here at stake. We saw that score. It was a lot of points last time these two teams played a couple days ago. We'll see what we have here tonight. But the Boston Celtics, the Miami Heat, our contrarian game of the day here, guys. We're going to move on to our first featured matchup here of the day. And the first featured matchup, guys, what a game this is going to be. It's going to be fun here tonight. Let's take a look at the Suns and the Warriors here tonight. Get ready to do battle. Steph Curry, a one-man wrecking machine, showed it again last night. Now they welcome in the Phoenix Suns. Opened up at that 5. I am seeing 4.5s now to be pretty much consistent across the board. The total has creeped up a little bit, 231.5s here, Teddy. I don't know. I mean, at any point, maybe this is the night. Is this the night that you want to get in front of this Steph Curry train?
Yeah.
Yep.
It is. Yeah. I mean, we have 2 factors in play. The first, and they're both equally important here, but the first is that Golden State's really shorthanded. You know, they're playing with an 8-man rotation right now. They're on the second of back-to-backs. They got a signature win last night, nearly blew it. Every starter played 30-plus minutes in that ball game, found a way to win, got the W. It's not a Golden State spot tonight. So we have anti-Warriors. And then you look at Phoenix. I mean, Phoenix has been really good off a loss to the tune of 80% ATS for the full season, 16-4 in 20 tries off a loss. Although that does include the opening night, which shouldn't count. So it's really 15-4 ATS off a loss, including 8-2 on the highway. And you read some of those quotes, and if you want, I will. I don't want to take too much time, but you know me, I like to. If you read the Phoenix Suns players' quotes after the loss that they just suffered, they were not amused. I expect a hungry, focused Phoenix team tonight, and that may be bad news for Golden State. It'd be Suns or pass for this bet.
All right, Suns or pass here with second place pretty much guaranteed at this point for the Suns, Tony Mejia. When you look at this spot here tonight, motivation-wise, what are you thinking here? You mentioned that some of these games mean a lot. What does this game mean to both of these teams in your thought?
Well, Phoenix could still get the number 1 seed because they have tiebreaker over Utah and got some help from the Warriors last night. And they bring the best road record in the league into the Chase Center, where the Warriors have been exceptional, especially down the stretch. So it might be a no touch. I might make up my mind later. I like that total, potentially under. But, you know, listen to what happened to me yesterday. You saw what happened with Utah's really resolute defense on Steph Curry in that first half. We barely got over 100 points, and I was looking pretty with that under 226. And then we had a half-court heave to end the third quarter, a 71-point fourth quarter, and boom, there goes your under. And it's interesting because Steph is creating space for guys like Michael Mulder and Jordan Poole, and they're stepping up and connecting and hitting their opportunities. Draymond Green is playing at a high level. But what Teddy mentioned with the Phoenix Suns is what would worry me about double dipping with the Warriors as a hot team. You know, they were a no-show on Sunday night. You know, they were a 7.5-point favorite, rightfully so. Anthony Davis playing the third game in 4 nights. You know, he had gotten hurt in the first of those games with the ankle turn and the back spasms, and he just dominated them, and they really looked lifeless. So I think with what the motivation is tonight is you put a little pressure on Utah and you get back on track with a big win by stifling Golden State. The Suns were one of the top defensive teams in the league, so it'll be interesting to see what their approach is against Steph Curry.
Ski, it's a tough spot. You're talking about a Warriors team that's now had to go back-to-back against the two best in the Western Conference, number one. You had Utah last night, now you got Phoenix here tonight. It's a tough spot for Golden State. How are you going to approach this game?
Yeah, it is a tough game for Golden State. It would be very tough for me to step in front of them, although I do understand the spot, and I understand Phoenix can potentially move up. I just don't really trust Phoenix on the road. I don't think they're that good as far as home and road, et cetera, et cetera. So I probably would look towards the prop market in this one. Looking at Phoenix, they're the second worst rebounding team over the last 5 games. And if Golden State's going to do a little bit of something, they're going to need some help from Draymond. I would look towards his rebounds and assists. Even if you like Steph Curry a little bit, he's going to be the guy finding him. So he's been pretty consistent with this prop throughout the year. I like rebounds, assists over 18.5 for Draymond.
All right, love it. Got a little prop, got a little side action, maybe a little total. Going to be a fun game one way or the other here tonight. Maybe not as much fun as this next game. Can't wait to hear this one. Guys, let's take a look at the New York Knicks taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. And wouldn't you know it, this also happens to be a game that which we have John Ryan's angle of the day, courtesy of sportsmemo.com. We want to thank John. Hopefully I'll be able to read this one. Let's see what he says here today. We want to bet on winning record favorites of anywhere from 3.5 to 9.5 points after game number 41. Not 40, 41. And our favorite is coming off an ATS win, which is always good. And both teams have won at least 51 to 60% of their games on the season. If that's the case, 52, 24, and 1 against the number, guys, 68% over the last 5 seasons. So we want to take the Lakers minus the points. Oh, and expect a double-digit state. Ski wrote this crap. Who are we kidding, man? This ain't coming from John Ryan. Double-digit statement game, please. Bottom line is, Mejia, I'm going to come to you first. Talk to me here in this spot for the Lakers. Coming against this Knicks team. 5.5 is what it opened up at. I'm still seeing 5.5. I'm seeing also 213.5. Not a lot of crazy movement in the market. Do you trust the Lakers at 5.5 against this Knicks squad at home here tonight?
Well, I'm scheduled to see John later, so I'm going to ask him why he's slacking and not giving me a stat of what about teams that won in the same building and stayed in the same city overnight. And then go and play with their Staples Center roommates. That would be what would really interest me here. So, look, the Lakers probably get back LeBron James, and obviously you can't make a move until that's confirmed. I think unless you are really of the belief that he's coming back, I think he is. And then you'll probably see a little bit of a surge once that's confirmed. So if you like the Lakers, you might as well back them now. Knicks looked great the other night, despite the fact Julius Randle didn't have his best game. He still got everybody involved. Reggie Bullock hit the 3 ball. Derrick Rose barely missed a shot in the first half and played closer, and he's playing at a high level. So do you think that the Knicks could catch the Lakers as they get all these moving pieces back involved? Kyle Kuzma is back in the lineup today. I think it's a possibility. I would take the points, but I might just stay away from this game altogether because of what we saw from Anthony Davis. He was an absolute monster. And there's nobody on the Knicks front line that can handle both he and LeBron if LeBron is even 75% of himself.
Yeah, I'm looking right now. It's not out yet, though there could be. Teddy, is there a report about LeBron yet? Are you seeing?
I'm seeing he's downgraded out officially, but the money's moving the other way, which says that maybe that official may not be right. But so you're hearing likely because the official odds service is saying has him listed as out.
Out. Okay. Yeah.
And they're wrong sometimes.
Yeah. No, and I'm seeing that in a second location as well, Teddy. So, hey, listen, I'm seeing that as well too. But Ski, the interesting part is, listen, we saw LeBron a couple of weeks ago. He came back. They didn't win either of those games either. So, what kind of LeBron, if he even is going to go, shows up here tonight, and how big of a factor against the team that plays defense do you think he'll be?
Well, I mean, it's not one team that plays defense here. You got the defending champs who that's the reason they won the championship in the first place. So I expect great defensive effort from both sides. As far as LeBron playing, about 22 minutes ago, I did see that he's likely to play. And as far as building up to this game, I mean, they've been saying for a while Tuesday was the target date for him to likely play. So I'm expecting him in the lineup. And even if he wasn't, I think I like the Lakers here. Yeah, Knicks have looked good. They've been covering like crazy. I look at who they've been playing lately. I know they beat the Clippers, but I don't know how much effort the Clippers have been putting in. The other teams they've been beating haven't really been good. I like what I've been seeing the Lakers do. And what I like most is a couple games ago, Anthony Davis, the Lakers were playing bad the entire game. And then in the fourth quarter, he kind of looked like he started getting it together. He scored like 14 points. The Lakers still lost. Since then, he's been looking like regular Anthony Davis again. And as long as he looks like that, and you have a motivated Lakers team who does not want to play in this play-in tournament, I know Teddy said he doesn't take in that motivation, but I think it's a big thing at the end of the year like this. You hear the players talk about it. I know Teddy loves the quotes, so you should have a lot of quotes for players and coaches saying that these things kind of matter. I think the Lakers bring it tonight, and I love John Ryan. I maybe helped him out a little bit on that angle. Lakers win by double digits.
Wait, what? I mean, I'm hearing Teddy has a quote, but I don't think we can say it over air. Teddy, talk to me here, my man. Let me hear what you think about LeBron going, not going, the line. What do you think about this game, whether he goes or doesn't go?
Well, I think the Lakers are bet against either way. I'd rather bet against them at a higher price point with LeBron in the lineup than bet against them at a lower price point with him out of the lineup. And this line likely to move one way or the other based on LeBron's status. And again, my info is showing him as out, but the line is moving the other direction, which tells me that my info might be wrong, which unfortunately sometimes happens. That said, I mean, just looking at the trends and angles, all right, the Knicks 8-2 their last 10 as road dogs. The Lakers 0-5 against the spread following a single win. They're 7-14 against the spread at home for the full season off a win. These two teams met not that long ago, last month. The Knicks beat them by 15. It wasn't a game. You want a quote? Here's a Tom Thibodeau quote that is bet on all the way for the Knicks. Quote, "The challenge for us is to be hungry. Don't change now. It's what we've done all year, just concentrate on improvement and our next opponent, and that's what we're looking forward to doing. I think we're learning a lot on this trip. The toughest to win on the road and against these teams is telling us a lot, but there's still a long way to go." That's a bet-on quote from a hungry team against an opponent that's been lousy in this role. That is 10-15. The Lakers are 10-15 straight up without LeBron. Okay, they're 28-15 with him and 10-15 without him. And the 28-15 includes the two games when he came back and they lost. LeBron coming back tonight, again, the first game, the second game with the superstar back in the lineup, if he plays, it's not usually.
He just got ruled out, Teddy, so you know.
Yeah, I was going to say it just came out. He's ruled out, yes.
Yeah. So either way, like I said, I want to bet against the Lakers, whether LeBron's playing or not. Ski, you and I are opposite sides of this one.
Yes, love this. It was a little more impressive what the Knicks did against the Clippers than what the Lakers did against the Suns. I'm just going to say that. Bottom line, guys, hell of a game here tonight. 10 o'clock Eastern time tip-off on that. One of the late games. Should be an awful lot of
Joe,
fun.
one quick thing.
Go, please.
Yeah, I mean, I see LeBron's coming back because he really wants to play the Rockets instead. So he's going to give back one more day of rest. But no, for the importance of the New York Knicks now to play a LeBron-less Lakers team,
right?
They're the number 4 seed right now. They do not want to slip to 6 because that puts them in the direct path of Milwaukee and Brooklyn. And as much as the NBA would love a Brooklyn-New York second-round series, the Knicks would not. So Knicks going to go all out tonight, that's for sure. And without LeBron, try to get that line as soon as possible right now that news is broken.
Yeah, you know, Ski, I got to look here. Well, I'm sure we'll go over it during Best Bets, but somebody's got to give me that first half number for the Knicks here along with the total. I'm sure we'll have it. But we do have another total that we want to talk about, and that involves our overtime game here, guys. And you know how it works with our overtime. We take a look at one game on the board where the total seems to be a little bit high here tonight, or is it? Let's take a look at we got ourselves the Pacers taking on the Sixers here tonight. And this opened up at 236.5, and you would think with the way totals have been going, Ski, that this would continue to rise, but it is coming down. 234 is what I am seeing now between these two teams. I don't know. Do you agree with that line movement with the market, or do you think it's over or not for you in this?
I would say maybe it went down because Joel Embiid is on the injury report, but Pacers games, I'm not going under. I know they went under last night, but I mean, we kind of talked about this a week ago or so. There's no line that you can draw for Pacers totals for me anymore. They play up tempo. They don't play much defense. If Joel does play, there's not going to be much resistance for the Pacers on the interior. So it'll be a one-way play for me. Pacers games, I look over or nothing, and that's how I rock in this one.
Teddy, I'm seeing Simmons is a go, Embiid questionable, but Seth Curry also going. I don't know. We look at these numbers in the mid-230s recently, and it's like you can't even look at an under. Is there any value to the under, do you think, in here?
So it's a hard game for me, and I'll tell you flat off the bat, I'm Switzerland on this one. I'm not going to offer a recommendation on the over or the under. I don't know what to do with it. And a lot of that has to do with Indiana. All right, when you look at Indiana, I mean, they played the 2 games last week where the first game went over by 50 points and the second one stayed under by 43. And then they go over by 20. And then they go under by 15 last night. I mean, it's like they're not even close to the total. The last 5 totals have been decided by more than 15 points. Sorry, 6 totals have all been decided by more than 15 points. So you're either right or you're wrong right from the get-go. And I don't know what we see from the Pacers tonight. I know this. Indiana, I mean, they don't play a lick of defense. They can't play a lick of defense. And yet, last night they held Cleveland, like 35% shooting or less in that contest. Philly plays D. And that means Indiana's not going to get every shot that they want tonight. So I guess if I had to play it, I'd lean under. The sharp money's coming the under day for a reason. But it's not a game I plan on betting.
Yeah, it's in. We've seen a lot of these games, Tony Mejia, over the last couple of weeks with totals right around here that have kind of, the market didn't move one way or the other. It's interesting that this one has been moving down. You've got the 5th and 11th fastest paced teams in the association going at it here tonight. Is it an over or not for you?
It is, and I'm in agreement with Ski that it's all about Joel Embiid's status. But I'm going to go even further and say I like it either way. Because if Embiid is out there, you're going to get more trips to the free throw line because that's what he does. So we get people in foul trouble, and he'll feast in the paint. If he's not out there, then you got Dwight Howard protecting the paint, but Domantas Sabonis will have more room to create, and he's been an absolute monster in facilitating with Malcolm Brogdon out over the past few days. Another variable, Matisse Thybulle, probably one of the top on-ball defenders in the league, is so disruptive. He's out tonight. So that means Philadelphia's defense might take a hit. It's a game that the Pacers need. They're at home. I think they'll be in a better rhythm. They upset the Hawks last week, shooting over 60%, much to my chagrin because I was on Atlanta side. So I think we'll see point over or pass for me.
All right, over or pass for Tony. This just in also, one more injury. Victor Oladipo not playing for Miami tonight. Guys, do want to remind you also that, what a shocker. Do want to remind you guys also, best bets up, locked, and loaded here at WagerTalk.com, which means this is the perfect time for you with the card here tonight to hop on, make it a profitable Tuesday. You can do so by heading over to WagerTalk.com, visit Ski's page, visit Teddy Cover's page, and visit Tony Mejia here. Guys, whether it be props, sides, totals, whatever it may be, locked and loaded here tonight. Let's make it a profitable evening. All right, guys, now it is time for our best bets buzzer beater section. You guys know how it works. We got 60 seconds on the clock. Ski, you are, as usual, running point here, my friend. Can't wait to see it. Don't be like LeBron, trip and get hurt. So come on, man. Where you going here tonight? Best bet, 60 seconds.
No, he didn't trip and get hurt. I'm going to blame my good friend Solomon Hill for that one, not play. But, I've been leaving Teddy alone the past couple of times on the show. This time I got to throw a couple punches. I heard him say that it doesn't really matter, or I don't know, just subquotes. It doesn't really matter motivation down the stretch. I mean, this is a season where you haven't really got effort or motivation from a lot of teams. I think this season out of any, motivation is the most important. And I mean, the Spurs haven't been good at home all year. Look at them yesterday. They had all the motivation in the world. They win by 20 points. The Lakers, I know they haven't been good as a home favorite, but they have all the motivation. They don't want to play these extra playing games with these guys while they're hurt, et cetera, they're going to do as much as they can to stay out of that play-in tournament. And no LeBron, I don't even care when the star player comes back. It usually messes up the flow anyway. I like what I've been seeing lately. And I think the Lakers win by margin. I'm with John Ryan. Give me Lakers on the discount without LeBron. I think -5 now.
Ouch! I told you he wrote that damn angle. I knew it, Teddy. All right, Lakers it is. What a shock there. Teddy, rebuttal time, my friend. 60 seconds on the clock. Where are you going tonight?
There's no the rebuttal is when he fails to cash his Lakers ticket. There's no rebuttal needed. That's the beauty of this world that we live in, is that at the end of the day, there's always a result, and we go, Teddy, you were right. Ski, you were right. Whoever it is, it is. And I wish you luck, Ski. I'll take I'm happy if the Lakers win by 5 because I got +5.5. All right, let's talk my actual play. Best bet for this evening. That would be the Memphis Grizzlies +2.5 even you can find right now against the Dallas Mavericks, home dogs. I know Memphis played last night. 1, they're deep. 2, whatever defensive numbers you're seeing for the Grizzlies full season, not valid right now. They're blocking shots at a whole different level. 3, I think they'll remember what happened the last time they played Luka and company when he hit that game winner that Memphis is still talking about. You can put the buzzer. Grizzlies plus the points.
I love it. You are so lucky Robert is new here. Otherwise, he'd have buzzed your ass right there a little late. Way to go, Robert. Way to give it to him. Bottom line, give me damn Memphis. That's what we're talking about here. All right, Mejia, you are closing up, man. Hitting clean up here, my friend. 60 seconds on the clock. Where is your buzzer beater best bet tonight?
Well, I don't disagree that the Grizzlies can win that game. It gets a little harder without Jonas Valanciunas because he's blocking a lot of those shots. And is apparently not going to play tonight, so that stinks for Memphis. I didn't see that one coming. I am going with a team that might sit 9 players tonight, going against them, actually. The Detroit Pistons, they've got the worst record in the Eastern Conference. They're 20-49, so tonight will be their 50th loss. And the Magic, Timberwolves, Cavaliers, and Thunder all have 21 wins. You know why that's important? Because the bottom 4 teams in the league get the best 4 lottery odds, and Detroit is at home, looking to guarantee that happens as they host Minnesota. So it's going to be youth movement time once again for them. Rookies like Killian Hayes and Isaiah Stewart and Sadiq Bey. Some of them have played well. They've gotten a couple upsets over Memphis and Atlanta at home. Tonight won't be an upset spot because Minnesota's playing too well. Look for the Timberwolves to cover those 7 points and get themselves out of the lottery, which could cost them their lottery pick altogether.
Boy, Robert figured it out quick, didn't he? Damn, got all over that buzzer. Way to go, man.
It still could have burned me.
You still got it, man. You still got it in under the buzzer. I love it. All right, guys, we do have, obviously, our good friends from the Gold Sheet still have their best bet of the evening, and they are looking at the Sixers, laying the 5.5 tonight. And we told you guys, of course, all the write-ups always of our plays of the day, courtesy of the Gold Sheet, can be found in their entirety. Read them, guys. Great information here in these write-ups. Just head over to Twitter, head over to WagerTalk's page. Make sure you follow them, and then, boom, you've got the Gold Sheet play of the day. All right, time to recap, put it all in a bow here for you. We'll start with the man at the top, that being, of course, Ski Profit. Ski. He gonna go one way, and that is Lakers. And if you guys didn't know that was coming, I don't know where the hell you been all damn season. He's going Lakers laying the 5. Teddy says, give me the Grizzlies. Give me the 2.5 points there. Tony Mejia says, fade the Pistons. Give me the Timberwolves. Lay the points. Our friends from the Gold Sheet, they like the 76ers. And, of course, the Lakers also seem to be a favorite of John Ryan, a.k.a. Ski Profit, who wrote that today here. And don't forget our, not only the betting angle of the day, don't forget about our contrarian game of the day, that being the Boston Celtics here tonight at home, taking on the Miami Heat here, part 2 of their 2-game series from just a couple of days ago. Once again, guys, best bets locked, loaded, ready to rock and roll at WagerTalk.com. All you guys have to do is head on over to Ski's page, head over to Teddy's page, head over to Tony Mejia's page. These guys are ready to go here tonight. It's a hell of a card. It's going to be a hell of an evening. I think it's going to be a lot of great stuff going on. All you guys got to do is head over there, take advantage of the opportunity. Let's make it a profitable Tuesday. So on behalf of Ski, a.k.a. John Ryan, we got Teddy Covers in the middle, and of course, Tony Mejia. Guys, thanks so much for hanging with us. Hit that bell in the upper right-hand corner. Come back and join us again tomorrow as we wind down the regular season of the association. Best of luck with your plays, guys. We'll talk to you then.
With a WagerTalk one-day Power Pass, you receive every play from every betting consultant for one full day at the ridiculously discounted price of just $149. What's better than spending the day watching and following a great slate of games? Watching, following, and winning those games. Get every WagerTalk expert and every game they release for that day.